Thanks for tuning into the show. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. And let me explain. Anchor is a creation tool that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can also make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And the best part about it, it's absolutely free. Download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started.
Times are changing, things are getting crazy. I just wanna live life and try to raise my baby. And it's crazy, 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 crazy world of mine. Times are changing, things are getting harder. Got to come together and think a little smarter. And it's crazy, 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 crazy world of mine.
Hello and welcome to The Raw Truths with Swarthy. And I would like to let you know that this podcast here is a podcast of my opinions and my views on what I think or suspect or just observing and looking at situations. Just take notice to some of these things. This episode tonight, I'm going to discuss the Texas snowstorm and the awkward, strange snows that's been happening along the southern coast of the states, and how snow is falling in places in record numbers, and they're still yelling global warming. But I just want to know, do you think that the Texas snowstorm is natural, or do you think it's HAARP? Because I used to research back 13 years ago into a lot of controversial topics that if you read them, you kind of would not believe that this could possibly be happening. You know, we see a lot of these things on science fiction shows and TV and television and things as such, but we never really sit back and say, well, could this actually be happening for real? Well, me, I've always been that type of child, that always believed in the unknown and the mysterious things. Hey, I used to watch Unsolved Mysteries and all those type of shows coming up as a child. So I've always felt like it was aliens and different type of things out there. That's just the way I think. But I ran across this article, and I'm going to read a little of it. And it has to do with HAARP, and it's on the website wanttoknow.info. Okay? And it basically says it's a reliable, verifiable information on major cover-ups and a call to work together for the good of all. Okay? So a while back, this article was posted, and it says HAARP, weather control. Is the HAARP project a weather control weapon? So I'm going to read a little bit of this article, and then we will, I will discuss some things, why I, see things or view things the way that I view them. It might not be correct, but I just say, question everything. Never just let the mainstream media just tell you anything, Always do your extra research, dig a little bit. But it says this: it isn't just conspiracy theorists who are concerned about HAARP. The European Union called the project a global concern and passed a resolution calling for more information on its health and environmental risk. Despite those concerns, officials at HAARP insist the project is nothing more sinister than a radio science research facility. And it's funny how they say that it's nothing more than a radio science research facility, because if you understand frequencies and vibrations, you could control things. You could control people's feelings and emotions with radio frequencies. And they have things that basically can do that. Anyway, HAARP. What is it? HAARP is the High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program. Was a little known yet critically important U.S. military defense project which generated quite a bit of controversy over its alleged weather control capabilities and much more. It says the project was shuttered by the military in 2013 after attracting large amounts of negative publicity through HAARP-like research. Undoubtedly continues in other secret projects. This essay reveals major deception promulgated by those involved to lead the public to believe HAARP was simply a research facility with little practical military value. Okay, it says, though denied by HAARP project officials, some respected researchers allege that the electromagnetic warfare capabilities of the project were designed to forward the U.S. military's stated goals of achieving full spectrum dominance by the year 2020 and of owning the weather in 2025. And it has the USAF document summary here. It says others go so far as to claim that HAARP technologies has been and continue to be used for weather control and to cause earthquakes, hurricanes, tsunamis, to disrupt global communication systems, and more. The researchers point to major aspects of the program which are still kept secret for alleged reasons of national security. The U.S. patent of a key developer of HAARP and other documentary evidence support these claims. There is no doubt that electromagnetic weapons capable of being used in warfare do exist. The HAARP project's $300 million price tag also suggests more was going on than meets the eye. According to the original HAARP website, HAARP is a scientific endeavor aimed at studying the properties and behavior of the ionosphere, with particular emphasis on being able to understand and use it to enhance communications and surveillance systems for both civilian and defense purposes. The ionosphere is delicate upper layer of our atmosphere, which ranges from about 30 miles to 50 kilometers and 600 miles to 1,000 kilometers above the Earth's surface. The HAARP project website acknowledged that experiments were conducted which use electromagnetic frequencies to fire pulse-directed energy beams in order to temporarily excite a limited area of the ionosphere. Some scientists state that purposefully disturbing this sensitive layer could have major and disastrous consequences. Okay? Concerned HAARP researchers like Dr. Michael Chosadovsky of University of Ottawa and Alaska's Dr. Nick Begich, son of a U.S. congressman, present evidence suggesting that these disturbances can even be used to trigger earthquakes after hurricanes and for weather control. So you can see by this little piece of article that officials are concerned about this project. Okay? And it's not that it's a secret anymore. Okay? It's basically a machine that controls radio frequencies and, and waves. And I was just explaining that they can do things with those electromagnetic frequencies. Okay? I have a bunch of documentaries out there. I'm not going to read into this one, but I ran across this article and it's talking about the documentaries that are available. You can find them. It's up to you. They were talking about a tsunami bomb known as the Project Seal and all those type of things. But this part caught my eye down here. I'm reading through this part, and HAARP right here, it says it right here. HAARP and the manipulation of emotions, okay? And that's very interesting because, if it could control weather and emotions, think about it. The water, it moves back and forth. By controlling frequency or controlling HAARP or radio technology and all that good stuff, frequencies control the move of the water. So us being humans, our emotions are like water, okay? It's like waves. So if you could control the water waves, then you could control emotions, which is within us. So that's what caught my attention. And I'm going to read this little piece right here. It's called HAARP and the Manipulation of Emotions. It says, the capability of influencing and even controlling human emotions have been studied by the military and intelligence services of the world for many decades. A concise information packed description of such programs with links to declassified CIA documents for verification is available here. One thoroughly researched book titled Mind Controllers described an effective method of remotely influencing human emotions. Here's a key quote from this revealing book. With the use of powerful computer segments of human emotion, which includes anger, anxiety, sadness, fear, embarrassment, jealousy, resentment, shame, and terror, have been identified and isolated within the EEG signals, an emotion signature cluster. Their relevant frequencies and amplitudes have been measured. Then the very frequency amplitude cluster is synthesized and stored on another computer. Each of these negative emotions is properly and separately tagged. They are then placed on a silent sound carrier frequencies and could silently trigger the occurrence of the same basic emotion in another human being. Wow, that's crazy, but it's not. It's very real. Okay, an excellent 10-page summary of the book is available here. For the section focused on non-lethal weapons, which includes the above quote, see this page. Use HAARP's powerful broadcast capabilities. Using HAARP's powerful broadcast capabilities, it is within the realm of possibility that powerful antennas like that of HAARP and major facilities elsewhere could triangulate on the same exact location anywhere in the world and send a highly intensified frequency matching the emotion signature of the desired emotion to produce anger or any other desired emotion in the group of people as the human mind naturally entrains to strong frequencies around it. See? So even though they're telling you that, hey, this is just a radio technology center. It's nothing to do with what you think it does. Yes, it does. That right there says it all. You could mess with people's emotions, and if you notice, you can see a lot of uptick and rage in people, especially when it's crowds. Like, that's why you see a lot of rioting and stuff like that going on, because they target people with this mind control machine. But anyway, this may all sound quite unbelievable to those who are not versed in the secret ways of the military intelligence complex. Yet there is strong evidence to support this possibility. Here is the abstract of U.S. patent number 5159-703. Approved in 1992, over 25 years ago. So take that down, U.S. patent number 5159-703. Approved in 1992, 25 years ago. So they do have things out there, and see what's happening right now. The truth is coming to light, and all that is hidden is being revealed. We are in that time. We are in the age of Aquarius. We are in the age of knowing. But let me finish up reading this so, my listeners can get the full story here. And it says it right here. A silent communication system in which non-aural carriers in the very low or very high audio frequency range or in the adjacent ultrasonic frequency spectrum are amplitude or frequency modulated with the desired intelligence and propagated acoustically or vibrationally for inducement into the brain, typically through the use of loudspeakers, earphones, or piezoelectric transducers. The modulated carriers may be transmitted directly in real time or may be conveniently recorded and stored on mechanical, magnetic, or optical media for delayed or repeat transmission to the listener. You can view the entire patent on the U.S. Patent and Trade Office websites at the link. Below are the listed objects of the invention and the patent, okay? And it says this. Let's see how much longer this is, because I don't want to spend my whole topic on that reading it, but I do think you guys need to know about this. It says it right here. Okay. To provide a technique for producing a subliminal presentation which is inaudible to the listener, yet perceived and decoded by the ear for the use of the subconscious mind. To provide a technique for transmitting inaudible subliminal information to listeners at a constant high level of signal strength and on a clear band of frequencies. To provide a technique for producing inaudible subliminal presentations to which music or other foreground programming may be added if desired. In other words, the subliminal messages could be inserted into TV and radio waves without the awareness of the listener or viewer. Such messages could easily be beamed from satellites, as well triangulated on the desired location. Using the incredible broadcasting capabilities of HAARP, these subliminal messages could conceivably even be broadcast over a large area to create the desired effect on an entire population. Scary. Sounds scary, doesn't it? So why is this not being discussed more widely? An informative paper on the usage of the silent sound technology and its implications is available here in this website. At least a dozen other patents have been approved related to the usage of technology designed to cause subliminal changes in desired targets. A list and brief description of many of these patents with links for verification is available on this webpage. Here's a sample quote from patent 6506148. It is therefore possible to manipulate the nervous system of a subject by pulsing images displayed on a nearby computer monitor or TV set. For the latter, the image pulsing may be embedded in the program material, or it may be overlaid by modulating a video stream. Clearly, technologies have been developed and refined with the specific purpose of passing subliminal messages, unbeknownst to the target. The capability of remotely influencing emotions through the use of certain wavelengths have been successfully demonstrated. The implications are huge, yet there is exceedingly little regulation of how the technology will be used. You hear that? So nobody's regulating how this technology is being used. It says, by educating yourself on this important matter and spreading the word to your friends and colleagues, you can make a difference in building the necessary momentum to bring these matters to light and to ensure they are not used in disempowering ways. Jesse Ventura, the former Navy SEAL who turned pro wrestler only then to become governor of Minnesota, has a special TV show on HAARP. And yes, I did see that. He's talking about it. It is a bit sensationalized, yet contains useful information. You can watch the revealing program online at the link. And I'm going to share the website that I got this from so that you can go to this website and get this information. If you all are interested in knowing more about this HAARP situation. It says, for many other ideas and suggestions on how you can further educate yourself and what you can do to help inform others about the secret program and make a difference in our world, you can see the box below and bring this matter home. Let us also look at where each of us are keeping secrets in ways that can end up harming those around us. So thanks for caring, okay? And it just says right here, it says, I'm going to read, it says, with very best wishes for a transformed world, Fred Burks for peers, and the want to know.info. Okay, and that's where I got this from. It says former White House interpreter and a whistleblower. So He used to, work in the White House, and now he's a whistleblower. But it says right here, Harp Closure, and I'm going to stop this article once I'm done reading this piece. It says the Harp Closure. HAARP was officially shuttered by the military in 2013. The closure provided the excuse to stop live broadcasting of HAARP signal on the public website, which gave strong evidence of link between HAARP activities and major weather catastrophes. See this webpage for more. Operations of the facility. It was transferred to the University of Alaska in 2015. Undoubtedly, HAARP-like weather control and military research continues elsewhere. With all the intense secrecy around the project for reasons of national security, it's hard to know what is really happening, but clearly the public is largely being kept in the dark. And once again, I read this article on wanttoknowinfo.com. Once again, it's wanttoknow, WANTTOKNOW.info. Okay. And I just read to you right now of basically what's happening right now. And that is the reason why I'm skeptical about this whole snowstorm in Texas thing. You get what I'm saying? Because how did this happen? And then the energy grids shut down, and their energy grids. I heard from a friend that Texas is on a different energy grid, or under a different grid. So I researched it, and yes, they are. They're on their own grid. And it's just, what do you think that is, as far as just weather coming out of anywhere? I mean, we sit up and we assume, and then they come out attacking the conspiracy theorists, saying that, they're saying that we attacked Texas. You get what I'm saying? With this type of weapon. But it's so funny that this happened again in Texas, because it's an article here that was done back in June 17th, 2015, and it says, conspiracy theorists ponder if military attacked Texas with storms ahead of Jade Helm. So a while back, it was a storm that was done in Texas back in 2015. And it's talking about they were once again crying out against the HAARP. What happened on July 15th with all of Texas Electric and things, I guess, going out during the last storm they had out there. But it's so many people that are attacking this theory that, hey, it could be weapons being used against the people, I'm one that would believe so. They have done things in the past, like even with the levees and Katrina and all that stuff. I mean, I'm not saying that HAARP was used in that situation, but hey, with the way this world is going, who knows? I mean, everything is a lie. We've been lied to about everything, and just knowing that I've been lied to about history and just who we are as the people in this land, I'm like, I don't trust the word that they say anyway, and yes, I do think that they had something to do with the HAARP and that coming about. You get what I'm saying?
Hello.
So,
welcome to another episode.
It's more so of just I guess everybody can assume what they want to assume. That's why this is my show, and I'm just basically talking about, what I would like to speak on concerning this incident. But see, a lot of people have died in that snowstorm. Babies have froze to death, and this is horrible. It's very horrible. They're saying that it's fake snow in Texas. that the ice is not, melting when they put fire to the actual ice. So I'm like, yeah, what snow don't melt? I've never heard of that. So what do you think people are going to think that do have common sense and critical and logical sense? Like, you can't expect the people that got common sense and critical and have critical thinking skills and logics to sit around and just say, yeah, this happened. This is global warming going on. When nature don't work that way. When you study and it's nothing new under the sun, and you're seeing these weird weather happenings take place, you got to sit back and question what is really going on. And I just read to you a whole article with them basically telling you, hey, we got weapons that can control the weather. We got weapons that can control your mind. It's just like out of that movie that when the guy, Rowdy Piper, They Live. I know a lot of people use that as an example, but that's exactly what the hell is going on. It's like a They Live situation. We're being brainwashed with subliminal messages all around us, but we don't know. So if you don't know how to decode the symbolism, then you're going to be caught within the brainwashing. And that's what they're doing. They're using military techniques and things on the people to basically brainwash them or make them feel like this is the way life is supposed to be. Like we were just born to be servants and taxed and stuff, like just juicing the energy out the people. You get what I'm saying? And this is why it's very important that our people, especially people who know about energy, protect their energy by wearing tourmaline, crystals, origami, all types of things to protect yourself from ultramagnetic frequencies and waves and things as such. Because they could hit you with a frequency that could make you lose your memory or have you all confused. You need to have yourself balanced to where their machinery cannot affect you because you're so in tune and you're so balanced, and you just know that you're balancing your energy out, because if you're not balanced out and you're not doing things to get yourself together, then yes, they'll be able to control you every time and at any time they want to, and the frequencies are real, electromagnetic, it's all real, and we are part of those elements. You get what I'm saying? And it does affect us. Just like I was saying with the way they say they control the water and things as such, our emotions, they can control our emotions. And even right now, it's still some people in Texas that are waiting for water and still waiting for things that they need, and it's like another thing. It's just, I guess, good to just stock up on stuff, just get extra stuff just in case anything happens. I mean, if a flood took place in your house, it is kind of hard, but try to grab as many things just in case something like that would ever happen, And it's just, they're even receiving energy bills from that grid. One Texas guy it received a $7,000 bill, and that's suspicious too. It's like, so what did they do? Go ahead and turn up the weather so that they'll end up owing the energy people? I mean, did they all make a deal or something? Like, what's going on? Okay? And it's sad. And they all have to work hard. You know what and it's not fair. Why do they, thousands without power, millions with water disruptions? Even today, it's still not, they still don't have the things that they need. People have died from, carbon monoxide poisoning because they don't understand the weather on the west like that, like it is on the east. You're not supposed to do certain things inside the house. Like, make sure your stuff is cleaned out before you go running to use it. And I understand because they're not used to being cold, but, extra layers of clothes and, extra socks, jackets, whatever, gloves. We now know on the West Coast we should purchase these items just to have them, just in case a snowstorm just want to come to your desert city near you. You might want to keep something on hand. But people have died in this thing, and it's messed up. Food and delivery trucks, their shelves are empty. Right here, I'm going to read this little piece of article that I'm looking at. It says, regulations. This is an article I'm reading on CNN.com. Regulations on food delivery trucks suspended. During his Sunday news conference, the governor also announced he suspended regulations to get more trucks on the road to deliver food and supplies after grocery store shelves were empty amid the storms. Abbott said that he also suspended regulations to get more kitchen open and preparing meals as long as they follow the health department's food safety guidance. Too many Texans have gone hungry over the last few days, Abbott said. Your grocery shelves are getting restocked as we speak. Last week, Texas Agriculture Commissioner Sid Miller said grocery stores were able to get shipments of some products, and severe weather conditions had created a food supply chain problem like they have never seen with the COVID-19. Even with the COVID-19. Abbott also announced in a news release Sunday that the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, benefits can now be used to purchase hot food and ready-to-eat meals like grocery store deli foods at all retailers that accept SNAP in the state. Okay, so that's a good thing. The state also has received federal approval to allow SNAP recipients to apply for replacement benefits for food that was lost or destroyed in the storm. So that's what's up. At least they gave the people the poor who couldn't, get any food and things, they gave them a chance to eat. But it's still something going on. And I'm not sure what they're up to, but I just know that storm just was not, it just wasn't out of just nowhere. It was, I believe that it was planned. Honestly, that's just my opinion. I believe they used them big ass weather machines and they didn't hit some temperatures up in there. And that's my opinion on that. So, just a lot going on. And we just came out of a Mercury retrograde, which we just went direct on the 22nd. And that's when it looked like everything started clearing up. So that's a good thing. That, the planets, because sometimes when that Mercury retrograde going on, all type of hell be breaking loose. So everybody just has to have patience at this moment, I guess. But it's easy to say when you're not in the situation, of course. But, my prayers go out to the people in Texas and for them to continue working together like I see them on the news and, build their cities back up. That's all they can do, But we'll sit and see what else is going on, I just really think that's an awkward thing. And I just wanted to share the HAARP information with you all, just in case you never heard of it. I will make sure I inform you of things that you might have never heard of. So I'm getting ready to wrap it up. The Swarthy communique. Basically, she's about to leave the building. But if you would like to tune in to my next show, I will probably be on here within a couple of weeks. I decided to do a podcast, one on a Wednesday and then one on a Friday, a random Friday. And I usually do Freestyle Fridays. So this is Wednesday night's podcast for tonight. And I basically just wanted to discuss that and just ask, if you think some awkward things is going on, please, research it on your own and then spread the news to your family and friends and get the word out to the people that, hey, we got to all stick together because it's not looking too good with all this trickery going on and all this stuff being exposed. And it's like right up in your face. And they're like, yeah, well, what you going to do about it, So it's just coming to a point where, we're all going to have to act civilized, put the racism down, because there's no such thing as racism. I keep saying that. The war is not against each other. It's against the people that wants to keep us as servants and slaves and down in a position where, hey, we can't live. So the war shouldn't be against each other, but it should be against the ones that are causing the hardships. Okay, and it's a selective few, But anyway, you can follow me on Facebook, like my page, The Raw Truths, for information that I'll be posting. And I'm getting ready to put my website back up. I took it down for a minute to revamp it. I changed the name from up for discussion. I changed it to The Raw Truths. So my website will be launching soon with blogs and helpful information that you might want to look into. Then you can go ahead and check it out for yourself. But it was nice hanging with you all tonight. And I wish you all a wonderful and safe week. Talk to you next time. Peace.
Times are changing. Things